In the last lecture, we are discussing about different types of parameters. In that case, we consider the positional parameter. Second type of parameter is nothing but the keyword parameter. The next thing is nothing but default parameter specification. After that, we consider the mix type of parameter. That is when we call the particular macro or when we write the definition of particular macro, then we consider the mix type of the parameter. That is positional parameter, combination of positional and keyword parameters. And when we consider the default parameter specification or in case of the mixed parameter specification, all positional parameters are precede before the keyword parameter. Means what? We need to represent first positional parameter and then we need consider the keyword parameter because of the positional parameter needs to map one-to-one correspondence between actual and formal parameters. So first of all, we need to represent positional parameter and then we consider the keyword parameters or default parameters. Okay. Now, in the next point, today we are discussing about the other use of the parameters. Now, here what happened, that is we consider the list of parameters. In other use of the parameters, in the case here we can consider some optional, that is we represent the parameter, and when we mention the specific value to that of the parameter, at that time we need to consider only that specified values. Okay. When we consider the corresponding keyword parameter or we consider the corresponding suppose default specification, in that case what happened, that is we mention the default value. That default value is used when we does not pass the current new value to that particular macro. Now in other use of parameter specification, the model statements have use of formal parameters only in the operand field. Okay. Here when we represent the model statements in case of the macro definition, we need to consider or we need to use only the formal parameters in that operand field. म्हणजे जिथे आपण मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट कन्सिडर करतो त्या मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट मध्ये फक्त तुम्हाला काय करावं लागतील, फॉर्मल पॅरामीटर्स मेन्शन करणं अपेक्षित आहे. नाउ हियर हाउएव्हर यूज ऑफ द पॅरामीटर इज नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू द फील्ड्स. जे या ठिकाणी आतापर्यंत आपण जे कन्सिडर केलं त्या ठिकाणी काय होतं, मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट मध्ये आपल्याला फॉर्मल पॅरामीटर मेन्शन करणं गरजेचं होतं, परंतु आता आपण other uses जे consider करतो. Now here it is not compulsory to consider that particular restricted that particular fields. Now here what happened, that is the formal parameter can also appear in the label field. What is our label field also represented here, and the formal parameters can be used in our label field also. Okay. Now in this case and the corresponding opcode field of a model statement, for example here we consider this particular example. What happened in this example, that is a macro which is started cap name of the macro, then and x and a and y, these are the positional parameters. Then next thing is nothing but and op, and op, that is nothing but the operation. We mention the default operation as a mult. Then we can mention and lab, that is label. Okay. It is also one of the keyword parameter. Here label is used at the point of label field. Okay. This is the formal parameter in our prototype of the macro. आपण आतापर्यंत जेवढे एक्झाम्पल घेतले त्या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये असं कुठलंही लेबल आपण या ठिकाणी वापरलं नाही. मॉडेल स्टेटमेंटला मॅक्रो मध्ये लेबल आपण दिलं नाही. बट इन दिस केस और वी यूज द पॅरामीटर्स इन मॅक्रो, that parameters or that formal parameters can be used in the case of a label field also in the model statement. Now here what happened, that is move r a register and x. Okay. आता इथे काय झालंय, and op अप टू वी रिप्रेझेंट सम ऑपरेशन्स. आतापर्यंत आपण काही ऑपरेशन्स मेन्शन केलेले नव्हते, आपण फक्त पॅरामीटर्सला त्या ठिकाणी काय केलं होतं, जे ऑपरंड फील्ड्स कन्सिडर केले होते, ऑपरंड फील्डच्या करस्पॉन्डिंग फक्त पॅरामीटर आपण रिप्रेझेंट करत होतो. बट इन दिस केस व्हॉट हॅपन, अँड ओपी विच इज द मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट विच इज रिप्रेझेंटेड पॅरामीटर करस्पॉन्डिंग टू द मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट, अँड दॅट मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट रिप्रेझेंट द करस्पॉन्डिंग ऑपरेशन. नाउ वी कॅन सी हियर मॉडेल मूव आर ए रजिस्टर अँड एक्स. दिस इज अवर रेग्युलर मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट. इंस्टेड ऑफ द instruction or the symbol mult, we can use here and op. Then we mention the a register and y, then move m a register and x, and lastly mn. What happened in this particular case, and op can represent the operator, it can represent the particular operand, and here the value of this operand can be replaced as a mult when expansion will be takes place of this particular macro. Now it is not necessary always we can consider the mult as an operational value. we can pass the another type of value, because we here we specify the default value. In the use of the default value, we can pass new operation also. That is, the same macro can be used multiplication by default. Then we can pass operand value as a sub. Then the same macro can be used for the subtraction operation. Then the same operation can be, or same macro can be used for the purpose of addition of the operands. Then same macro can be used for the division of the operands. Okay, now we only change the value of this default operand, that is nothing but the default parameter, that is and op. Now in this case, when this op is expanded or this particular macro is expanded, we can see the loop, that is here loop, okay, plus can represent the expansion of this macro, and label, that is here we can mention when we call the macro, that is expansion for the call macro calc. Here this is the statement of your macro calling, calc a b lab equal to loop, that is the value of this lab variable is represented as a loop. Okay, this is the symbol. Okay, so that symbol is assigned to that lab variable, that is the formal parameter, and loop, it is the actual parameter. Here a b are the actual parameters, and we don't pass the value for op operator, op operand or op variable in this particular calling. By default the value will be considered for op as a mult. Okay, the expansion will take place according to this way, that is the loop move r a register a, then mult. Okay, and op can replace with corresponding value, corresponding symbol, that is the mult, which is assigned by default to that op parameters, and a register b, that is y corresponds to that of the b, and x corresponds to that of the a. Then move m a register and a. Now this is nothing but the simple definition of other use of that macro. Other use in the sense, what happens now, we can consider same macro. By default our calling value is mult, where we don't pass the value of op. Now next time when we call the macro, we pass the value of op equal to sub. Sub, it is the symbol for the subtraction. Okay, now the same macro, when it expand, the mult operation replace with सब. म्हणजे एकच मॅक्रो आपण डिफाइन केला, परंतु ह्या एका पॅरामीटर मुळे काय करता आलं आपल्याला, एकाच मॅक्रोची डेफिनेशन मल्टिप्लिकेशन साठी पण वापरता आली, ऍडिशन साठी पण वापरता येणार आहे. तीच डेफिनेशन आपण सबट्रॅक्शन साठी पण यूज करू शकतो, तीच डेफिनेशन आपण डिव्हिजन साठी सुद्धा काय करू शकतो, यूज करू शकतो. जस्ट वी कॅन पास दी व्हॅल्यू, वी कॅन रिप्लेस दिस डिफॉल्ट व्हॅल्यू विथ करंट न्यू व्हॅल्यू. ज्यावेळेस मॅक्रो कॉल होईल त्यावेळेस आपल्याला ती व्हॅल्यू इथे पास करणं अपेक्षित आहे. दॅट मीन्स हिअर वी कॅन पास ओपी इक्वल टू सपोज सब, वी कॅन पास मोर व्हॅल्यू, वन मोर व्हॅल्यू ओपी इक्वल टू ऍड, we can pass op equal to div. Okay, these new value and will be called or will be passed at the time of macro call. Then it can be replaced the corresponding operation of the given macro. Okay, this is nothing but the another use of that macros. Okay, this is the another use of the parameters, that is it is the, different from that four types of the macros. Okay, this is nothing but one best advantage of the macros and the corresponding parameters passed to that of the macro in our macro statement. Now we consider this is the second example. We implement the corresponding a plus b operation. It is the book example, macro incr and a and b and op equal to, here we don't specify the value of op, then and lab equal to, we don't specify any value of this lab, and r and register reg, we can pass a b register as a default value. Okay, these are the keyword parameter, and this register is considered as a default parameter. A and b as considered as a our positional parameter. Okay, now we can define the corresponding operation. Now same example which is explained before, we can consider the same example at this particular point. Okay, we can mention op here. When we call the macro, op will be passed as a add. Okay, and in the previous example we can pass op value as by default value will be considered as a mult. Here op equal to add, that means our expansion will take place according to this way. Lab default value or lab corresponding value will be considered as a 1. We don't pass the value for this register, by default it consider the b register. Okay, in this way we can consider the expansion of that macro, that is our op operation can be considered as a add, it replaced with the add. Okay, now when we call another time, we can pass here op equal to suppose mult. Okay, this same macro, we don't need to change the definition of this particular macro. We only change the value of this particular OP operand, OP parameter. Okay, that is nothing but the best use of or other use of the parameters in the corresponding macros. Then next thing is nothing but the nested macro calls. You are familiar with the nested function call, how that function calling can takes place. You are very well known about that particular implementation details. That is when we use the nested function calls, then when memory is used corresponding to that, that is called as the stack memory. Those function who calls the another function, the current function will store on the stack and the next function will continue for the execution. That is the called function continue for the execution. And when that next function will call to the another one function, that is the third function will be called, then second function again store on the stack, and the last one which is newly called called function will be executed. When execution completes the last function, control comes back according to that way in which way it is goes on. Okay, ज्या वेनी त्या ठिकाणी कंट्रोल पास होत गेला, त्याच रिव्हर्स वेनी काय होतं त्या ठिकाणी तो कंट्रोल पुन्हा मेन फंक्शन कडे त्या ठिकाणी ट्रान्सफर होत असतो. ही फंक्शन नेस्टेड फंक्शन कॉलिंगची जी स्ट्रॅटेजी आहे ही तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, तुम्ही हाय लेवल लँग्वेजेस मध्ये त्या ठिकाणी स्टडी केलेले आहे. नाउ हिअर वी कन्सिडर द नेस्टेड मॅक्रो कॉल्स. हिअर वी ऑल्सो represent the same thing of the nested macro call like that of the subroutines. Now in this case what happened, that is macro within a macro, macro within a macro, that is nothing but the macro nested macro call. Okay, now in this case here model statement in the macro may constitute a call on another macro. That nested macro can represents in the definition of a particular macro. Okay, ज्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही मॅक्रोची डेफिनेशन देता त्याच ठिकाणी एक मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट असं असणार आहे की जे कुठल्या तरी दुसऱ्या मॅक्रोचा कॉलिंग स्टेटमेंट असणार आहे. ओके, आणि जेव्हा ते मॅक्रो एक्सपांड होत असतील त्यावेळेस इनर मॅक्रो एक्सपांड झाल्यानंतर बाकीचे राहिलेले स्टेटमेंट त्या पुढच्या आउटर मॅक्रोचे काय होतात त्या ठिकाणी एक्सपांड केले जातात. नाउ सच कॉल्स आर नोन ॲज अ नेस्टेड मॅक्रो कॉल्स. दॅट इज वी कॅन कॉल द macro within another macro, that is the nested macro. Here macro containing the nested call is the outer macro and macro called is the inner macro. ज्या मॅक्रो मध्ये तुम्ही दुसऱ्या मॅक्रोची डेफिनेशन कॉल केली तो आउटर मॅक्रो आहे आणि ज्याची डेफिनेशन कॉल झाली तो तुमचा इनर मॅक्रो असणार आहे. नाउ दे फॉलो द लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट रूल. जसं मी आता तुम्हाला सांगितलं स्टॅक रिप्रेझेंटेशन जसं फंक्शन कॉलिंग मध्ये केलं जातं किंवा स्टॅक रिप्रेझेंटेशन ज्या पद्धतीने फंक्शन कॉलिंग मध्ये इम्प्लिमेंट होतं, सेम थिंग कॅन बी इम्प्लिमेंटेड इन केस ऑफ द nested macro call also. Last in first out in the sense which macro is lastly called first, it is expanded and then remaining or its corresponding previous macros will be expansion can takes place of that particular macros. Now thus in the structure of a nested macro calls, expansion of a latest macro call, that is the inner macro, is completed first. ओके, त्याचं जो इनर असेल इनर मॅक्रोचं एक्सपान्शन पहिले कंप्लीट होतं आणि त्यानंतर त्याच्या आउटर मॅक्रो जे असतील ते काय होत जातात, एक्सपांड होत जातात. नाउ वी कॅन सी द करस्पॉन्डिंग एक्झाम्पल फॉर द नेस्टेड मॅक्रो कॉल. हिअर वी रिप्रेझेंट x minus y as an example. We need to define all those macros which are called innermost or nestedly called. Okay, first of all we consider this is the first macro from the point. Here we can represent is we can mention this is the first macro till this particular point. Okay, then from this location we consider the second macro. This is the macro number 2. What happened in this definition, that is init is the first macro and a and b and c equal to, that is this is the keyword parameter, then move r a register and c. Here we can see that DECR, okay, and A and B and register equal to A register. We can consider here A register as a default value. This is nothing but the inner macro, DECR. This is the calling statement of the macro, that is the DECR macro. And we need to define that DECR macro here. Okay, we define this macro at this particular point. Now, this is the outer macro. Init macro is called as the outer macro and init macro contains the DECR macro will be called. Okay, what happened when macro init is start to expand? The first model statement move r a register and c is expanded, and then the calling of another macro will identified, that is DCR, then DCR macro will start the expansion. All three statements, two statements of DCR will be expanded first, and then remaining statement of init macro will be called, that is move m a register. And see, this is the last statement of the init macro. Now we can see the expansion method or expansion can take place at this particular point. We can start the 100 read x read y. First init macro will be start, that is we need to call the outer macro first. Okay, then init macro will start for the execution. Here first statement of the init macro will be called. Okay, this is the first statement. Will now we can see this A, this is the B, this is C, this is D. First of all, this macro will be the sequence of that particular expansion of the statement will be identified. Okay, now in this case move R A register Z, this is the first statement. Now secondly, what happened, DCR XY, this macro calling is identified. Then second time move R A register X, this statement expanded, and the third time is sub A register Y is expanded, and at the fourth outer macros expansion will take place. That is the final statement is nothing but move M A register Z. This is the fourth statement will be expanded. That is nothing but the nested macro कॉल. जर सपोज DCR मध्ये ह्या मूव आर आणि सब मध्ये अजून एखादा मॅक्रो जर कॉल झालेला असता, ओके, आणखी एखादा मॅक्रोची डेफिनेशन जर त्या ठिकाणी फाइंड आउट झाली असती, कॉलिंग स्टेटमेंट आयडेंटिफाय झालं असतं, तर त्या मॅक्रोचे स्टेटमेंट पहिले एक्सपांड झाले असते आणि त्याच्यानंतर तुमच्या DCR चे राहिलेले स्टेटमेंट एक्सपांड झाले असते आणि त्यानंतर तुमच्या ह्या पर्टिक्युलर आउटर मॅक्रो जो आहे इनिट मॅक्रो त्याचे स्टेटमेंट्स काय झाले असते त्या ठिकाणी एक्सपांड झाले असते. अशा पद्धतीने या ठिकाणी हे मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन काय केलं जातं, परफॉर्म केलं जातं. नेस्टेड मॅक्रोज त्या ठिकाणी एक्सपांड केले जातात. ओके, दॅट इज नथिंग बट द मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन, nested macro expansion. Now next statement is, or next point is to be discussed, that is nothing but the advanced macro facility. What are the advanced macro facilities? In that case, here macro can provide some additional features to the programmer. In that advanced facilities are aimed to support the semantic expansion, that is the meaningful expansion will take place for the corresponding macros. Okay, here semantic expansion can be provided with the help of advanced macro facilities. Now it is used for performing the conditional expansion. Now this is the most important point. What is the conditional expansion of a model statements in writing expansion loop? And second one is nothing but the expansion time loop. According to the timing or according to the expansion of the macro statement, how we can perform or how that expansion can take place, that can be considered under this writing expansion time loops. Okay, now here we can consider these facilities can be grouped into 3 points. That is, we consider the expansion facility group into these 3 things. That is, first one is nothing but the facility for alteration of flow of control during the expansion. Okay, when we perform the expansion of a particular macro, now at that time we need to alter some flow, we need to alter the flow of that particular control. How we can alter that flow of the control? Accordingly, we need to use some statements corresponding to that alteration of the flow of a control. Then second thing is nothing but expansion time variable, and third one is nothing but the attributes of a parameters. Now we need to discuss each of the point, each of these particular advanced facility of the macro expansion in details. Now we discuss all these points, all these 3 points in the next lecture, because there is very large point about this. We need to use the different types of control statements under this particular 3 things. Okay, we discuss that particular facilities, advanced macro facility with corresponding syntax and examples in next lecture. Okay, now today we can conclude our session at this particular point.